So today's course is very simple, okay? It's not like, it's not a complicated one. It's a bit different from those courses of adjective clauses, adverb clauses, and noun clauses. But this one is simple, and I think you studied this in high school about gerund and infinitive or infinitive. We have two verbs or two consecutive verbs. What the second verb should be in gerund or infinitive. This is what we're going to see today. Okay. So next one. So would you mind to peel or peeling? Of course, peeling. Would you mind peeling that apple for me? My earth is acting up and so on and so forth. Stop nagging me. I'll get everything finished before I go to bed. Stop nagging me, which means stop just disturbing me, bothering me, okay? When the university suggested raising the tuition again, the student senate protested vigorously. As we permitted bringing or to bring, okay? As we permitted bringing guests to the ceremony, I'd like to invite my friend to join us, okay? The city council agreed to accept the architect's proposed design for a new parking garage. Verbs followed by infinitives. Let's check these verbs here, okay? The teacher said to Jim, would you give your book to Mary, please? The teacher asked Jim to give his book to Mary, okay? Well, very simply we say, the teacher, we're gonna use infinitives after the verb, the first verb, the teacher asked Jim, admit all, okay, I'm admitting everybody. All right, so sorry to stop talking from time to time because I need to go back and admit people who are still waiting in the waiting room, okay? Great. So I think I turned off all cameras, which is really good. Okay, so the teacher said to Jim, would you give your book to Mary, please? The teacher asked Jim to give his book to Mary, okay? Why asked? Because this is a request. Would you give your book to Mary, please? He's requesting. So requested or asked Jim to give, infinitive. The sign said, no parking in this area. Violators will be towed away, okay? So drivers were warned, okay? It's a warning. We're warned, no parking, you can't park here, you must not park here, you remember, prohibition, okay? So drivers were warned not to park in this area, okay? Excuse me. Before Bobby went to bed, his father said, don't forget to brush your teeth, okay? So don't forget, what do we use here? Is it invite, invitation, or allow, or remind? Of course, this is reminding, okay? Before Bobby went to bed, his father reminded him to do something, okay? Reminded him to brush his teeth here, okay? His father reminded him to brush his teeth. Under the law, drivers and all passengers must wear seat belts while in a moving vehicle. So this must, what does it express here? Does it express encouragement, require, or permit? It's a requirement. It's a must. It's an obligation. It's a duty. Okay? It's a requirement. Okay? So drivers and passengers are required to put seat belts or to wear seat belts while in a moving vehicle. Okay? So most of the time in requests, in ask, the verb ask, requests, remind, the warn, advised somebody to, plus infinitive, to, okay? So when I asked the nurse about my skin rash, she said, you should consult dermatologist, okay? So you should consult dermatologist. What is this? This is a piece of advice, okay? So because we have piece of advice, we use the verb advise. The nurse advised who? When I asked the nurse about my skin, advised me, okay? So the nurse advised me to consult a dermatologist. Dermatologist is the doctor of skin, okay? Doctor of skin. Good. So the nurse advised me to consult a dermatologist. The fire chief said, everyone must leave the building immediately. All right. Again, what is this? Leave the building immediately. This is an order. Okay, so we have order, remind, allow. Okay, order. Everyone is or was ordered. Okay, everyone was ordered to leave the building immediately. The instructor said to the students, you will have exactly 1 hour to complete the exam. Okay, so you will have means you are expected to have. It's an expectation. We have expect here. The students are expected or were expected to finish the exam or to complete the exam in 1 hour. Okay, the students were expected to complete the exam in 1 hour. Because he forgot last year, I told my husband several times that he should buy some flowers for his mother on Mother's Day. Okay, so he forgot last year. I told my husband several times that. So this is reminding again. Okay, I reminded my husband or my wife to what? To buy, okay, some flowers for his mother on Mother's Day. My garage mechanic said you should get a tune-up every 5,000 miles. You should get tune-up every 5,000 miles. Okay, what is this again? It's a piece of advice. So my garage mechanic, okay, so we have two options here. All right, two options here, just like here. Okay, I forgot to tell you about this one. The nurse advised me to consult dermatologist, which is infinitive, or the nurse advised, don't put me, advised what? Advised consulting a dermatologist. The same here, my garage mechanic advised getting a tune-up every 5,000 miles, or my garage mechanic advised me to get a tune-up every 1,000 miles. I hope that's clear. Okay, so next one. Okay, so I want you to pay attention here because we have another exercise about gerund versus infinitive, which means gerund or infinitive. In the first exercises, probably or first slides, we have one slide about infinitive, one slide about gerund, but this one is about gerund or infinitive. Choose the best answer or answer it. In some cases, both answers are correct. So pay attention, okay? These are a few of the exceptions that I'm focusing on today or tonight probably, all right, this evening. Choose the best answer or answers. In some cases, both answers are correct. We're gonna check. So number one is given to you. John was trying, okay, was trying to unlock, all right? So the verb try is followed by, excuse me. So the verb try is followed by both infinitive and gerund, okay? Both. The verb try is followed by both gerund and infinitive. But why did we have, or why do we have here, excuse me, I need to admit some people again, okay? Why do we have here only B is correct? Because this verb is in the gerund, in the ing form. So it would be awkward to say John was trying unlocking the door with the wrong key. Okay, so because we have gerund here, we use infinitive. It's followed by infinitive. John was trying to unlock. Now the audience began clapping or began to clap. So the verb begin and the verb start are followed by both gerund and infinitive, which is no problem. There is no problem at all. Okay, great. Then number three, we have the soccer team continued. Again, continued, is it followed by gerund or by infinitive? It's followed by both. The soccer team continued playing, continued to play, even though it began to snow. All right, so both are correct. We like eating outside, or we like to eat outside when the weather is warm and sunny. Both are correct. Okay? We like eating and we like to eat outside when weather is warm and sunny. We began listening or to listen. Both are correct. Okay? We began listening to the news. We began to listen to the news when we heard the Olympics mentioned. I was just beginning. Now, look at this difference here. Began listening to listen. Both are correct. All right? But I was just beginning. Okay, let me do this very quickly. I mean, give me 1 second. Draw. So let me draw this one. John's trying, of course, this one. The soccer team continued playing and to play. Both are correct. Okay, we like eating and to eat. We began listening and to listen. Both are correct. Okay, but I was just beginning to fall. Okay, so this one is okay. Began. Okay, so you have to be careful. Began, beginning, the same thing. But I was just beginning because beginning is an ing form. It needs to be followed by infinitive. I was just beginning to fall asleep when the phone rang. I really hate being, okay, or to be. Both are correct. I hate being or to be late for appointments. Both are correct. Let me see the chat. What is all this chat about? Both, fall. Okay. Okay, I understand. Thank you. Good. Very nice. Good, good, good. Good, guys. All right. Good. Okay, so next one. Stop your chats, please. The cake was starring. Now we have was starring again. And we said the verb star is followed by both. Both ing form and infinitive are correct. However, because we have ing form here, we're going to use to burn, okay? She's so impatient, she can't stand, okay, waiting, okay? She can't stand waiting in line for anything. I hope this is clear. Now, I'm gonna clear all the ones here. Next. Great. Good. So what about this one here? Okay. I prefer riding my bicycle to work because the automobile traffic is too heavy. All right. So the correct one is I prefer riding. I prefer to ride. Both are correct. Leading prefers, we said prefer plus both. Said prefer now plus, and we said both. Okay, let me just try to do this. This is really hard to do. My hands are clumsy, you know. Okay, so well, I'm not gonna do this all the time. Just for this one. Okay, great handwriting. I prefer, and it's followed by both. However, here, Lillian prefers, okay, walking because we have to take in. So what do we call this again, if you remember? This is parallel structures. You remember that? Parallel structures, okay? Lillian prefers walking to taking the bus. So because we have ing here, we need to use ing here. Even if the verb prefer is followed or can be followed by both gerund and infinitive, we don't have that choice here. We only have one choice, which is ing form, because it should go hand in hand with the verb taking, which is in ing form, to realize, to achieve the rule of parallelism or parallel structures in grammar. Okay, great. Tim prefers, again, the verb prefer, walking or to walk. Then we have here, what do we have? to jog. So what we need is to walk, okay? Because of, excuse me, because of parallelism. The baby loves riding in the car, or the baby loves to ride in the car. Both are correct, okay? The near the end of performance, the audience began to stamping. Both are correct. So, verbs of sense, okay? Verbs of sense or senses, okay? Like, dislike, hate, love, prefer, what is it? What else? Detest, abhor, for example, okay? Verbs of senses, we use both gerund and infinitive, okay? The only problem or the only thing that we should pay attention to is parallel structures again. If you have infinitive, we have parallel structures, you need to be careful about that, all right? I hope this is clear. Okay, let me clear all my drawings now here. Next. Okay, so always should notation. All right, good. So next. So gerund or infinitive again. It's the same exercise. You have to do this by yourselves. Let me, nice to see your messages. Good, so look at this exercise here using if plus infinitive, or it plus infinitive, all right? So restate the sentence by changing the sentence with the gerund as the subject of the sentence with it, and plus infinitive phrase and vice versa. For example, teasing animals is cruel. We're gonna use this it, and we'll use the verb to be. It is cruel, the adjective, then infinitive, to tease animals, all right? Most of the adjectives are followed by infinitive, all right? I'm happy to do that. Okay, I'm glad to do that. I'm excited, preposition about, but not to here. So about plus ing form, all right?